and welcome to Bloom Roots. Today, let's talk about a perfume story you were never told. A story of roses, royalty, and a Mughal queen who changed fragrance forever. Before France, before Chanel, there was India. And at the heart of it all was Nur Jahan. Stay till the end. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps us grow.
Not all roses smell the same. Some are sweet like honey, some are sharp like lemon, some feel like velvet. But there's one scent, rich, earthy, unforgettable, that traveled across empires. And it wasn't born in Paris, it was born in India. This is the story of a fragrance that began in a queen's bath and still lingers in the air of forgotten towns. She was born Mer-un-Nisa, but history remembers her as Nur Jahan, light of the world. The year was 1611. In the heart of the Mughal Empire, at the peak of its power, a Persian noblewoman married Emperor Jahangir and rose to become the most powerful woman in India. She wasn't just a queen, she ruled with full imperial authority, issuing royal orders, minting coins in her name, commanding trade, architecture, fashion, and fragrance. In a time when women were hidden behind curtains, she stepped out, bold, brilliant, and deeply refined, a poet, a designer, a strategist, and some say a perfumer. It was early summer in the 17th century. The Mughal gardens shimmered under the golden sun. Birds sang softly. Marble glowed warm to the touch. And in one corner of the royal zenana, Nur Jahan prepared for her morning bath. This wasn't just any bath. In keeping with Persian tradition, the pool had been filled with fresh damask rose petals, thousands of them, plucked at dawn, while their fragrance was still full of dew. As hours passed, the water absorbed the warmth of the day. The rose petals, softened by the heat, began to release something new, something alchemical. Nur Jahan stepped into the water. The scent was already thick in the air, sweet yet earthy, delicate but deep. But then she noticed something strange floating on the surface, a thin, golden film, a layer of oil dancing in the sunlight. She dipped her fingers into it, rubbed it gently onto her wrists, and what rose from her skin was the essence of rose itself, concentrated, enduring, almost divine. She leaned back and closed her eyes, and in that moment, perhaps out of royal instinct, perhaps sheer genius, she summoned her perfumers, her royal distillers. She asked them one simple question: can this be captured?
This scent is deeper than the rose. It has its soul. This must not fade with the bath. It must be held, preserved. Summon the distillers at once. The rose has given us its spirit. We shall capture it before it fades.
With the help of her royal perfumers, a technique was born. Rose petals distilled with water, collected drop by drop in sandalwood oil. This was Attar, pure, natural, and enduring. The tale is timeless, but the science, that began long before Nur Jahan's rose-scented bath. Steam distillation, used to extract floral oils, was developed earlier by Arab scientists like Ibn Sina in the 9th century. Rose water existed, but rose attar as an art wasn't fully refined. Nur Jahan didn't invent the science. She gave it royal soul. Yet, what she did spark wasn't just a memory, it was a movement, one that would change the way scent lived in power, poetry, and politics. The Mughals didn't just wear perfume, they lived it. In the palaces, in the gardens, in their letters and rituals. Perfume was not vanity, it was status, spirituality, and diplomacy. Nur Jahan wore it, gifted it, and created it. She made scent part of the feminine and imperial language. Under Mughal rule, the town of Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh became a center for floral distillation. Even today, it produces some of the world's finest rose attars, handmade in copper decks, captured into sandalwood oil. But the world forgot, while Paris branded perfume, Kannauj preserved its soul, a forgotten perfume capital. From Kannauj, the fragrance of rose attar traveled across Persia, Syria, and the Middle East. It crossed deserts, crossed seas, reaching Europe long before France became the perfume capital. India exported fragrance before it exported spices.
This scent, it's from Hindustan. The roses bloom before dawn, and they say the oil never fades.
Paris may bottle scent, but this is the soul of a garden carried in a drop.
For centuries, the art of making rose attar, or rugulab, has remained nearly unchanged. It begins at dawn in the rose fields, when the flowers are at their most fragrant. Petal by petal, they're hand-harvested before the sun rises too high, before the scent begins to fade. The petals are taken not to a factory, but to a copper still, dig, where an age-old process begins. Steam rises from boiling petals, vapors snake through bamboo pipes. Each droplet condenses slowly and is captured in sandalwood oil, the soul of the scent preserved. It takes 2,000 roses to make just 1 gram of attar. Time, heat, care, and heart. Rugulab isn't just a perfume, it's memory bottled. And if you go to Kannauj, the perfume capital of India, you'll still find families making it the way their ancestors did. No synthetic shortcuts, just roses, sandalwood, copper, and the monsoon air. There, the scent lingers in narrow lanes, not from spray bottles, but from copper stills simmering behind wooden doors. Most perfumes lining store shelves today aren't what they seem. That delicate floral scent, it's not made from flowers. It's made from molecules, engineered in labs, designed to mimic roses. But real rose attar? That's a different universe entirely. To produce just 1 liter, it takes around 400,000 fresh damask roses, picked at dawn when their scent is at its peak. And all of that yields barely 250 grams of actual attar. Each drop is distilled using ancient methods, copper stills, bamboo condensing pipes, and sandalwood oil to hold the essence, because rose oil alone evaporates quickly. The process isn't fast. It takes days, sometimes even weeks. And the cost? Between 1.5 to 2.5 lakh rupees per liter. That's $1,800 to $3,000, depending on the rose quality, season, and purity. But what makes it worth it? Because this attar doesn't just smell like roses. It feels like standing in a garden, soaked in morning mist. It carries memory, heritage, and the scent of rain-drenched petals. You can't mass produce soul, and that's what this perfume holds. The global perfume market is worth approximately $57 billion as of 2024, a world intoxicated by scent. Luxury brands, iconic bottles, French names whispered in glossy magazines. But behind the glamour lies a quieter story. While the world admires the finesse of French perfumers, the soul of many luxury perfumes, especially those with rose, jasmine, and sandalwood, is born in India. From the narrow lanes of Kannauj to the sunlit rose fields of Pushkar, India's perfume exports, especially rose Attar, are rising steadily, drawing global attention. India's perfume market was valued at around $1.39 billion in 2024 and is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 6.6% from 2025 to 2033. Its traditional oils now travel the world, long before the brand labels touch them. And yet, France and the UAE import these oils in barrels, only to bottle them, brand them, and sell them back to the world as luxury. So, yes, India grows the soul. France bottles the name.
For centuries, India's scents have whispered through time, through temples, in love poems, and in the quiet steam of copper stills. But stories like these, they bloom only when remembered and shared. Thank you for walking with me through this journey of petals, heritage, and the soul of Rose Attar. If this story moved you, follow us for more forgotten floral legacies, fragrant histories, and poetic plant lore. Subscribe, like, and share, because every scent deserves a storyteller.